first quarter. As Russell suggested, no breeze. Very foggy morning in Melbourne today. White loses that one out to Allen, picked up by Wills, one of the Dockers' best last week. Now a chance down there for Waterhouse. Try to tap it out wide to Leach. Still they knock it forward and work it close to the goal, the Dockers. And the umpire's going to come in and ball it up. Number 9 down there, Peter Mann. The umpire's found a free kick.
Gavin Mitchell. It was good effort by Wills in the centre. It was a good jump by Allen to get the first hit out, but Wills sharked the hit out and took it cleanly out of the centre. Now the Dockers have got a chance to register their first goal all through the work of Wills in the centre.
Gavin Mitchell's the man with the free kick. 6th in the Dockers' best and fairest last year. Distance won't be a problem for him. He's only about 30 metres out directly in front. He kicks and he may have missed it, or has he got it? It looks okay, I think. Yes, it's there.
Well, the early signs are there as far as the Dockers are concerned. When that ball came out from Wills, Mann was in front. And also Mitchell went in fairly hard too, about centre half forward.
Well, it's just what the doctor ordered, Don. As far as Fremantle are concerned, it's very important playing against Carlton. They very rarely get beaten here at Optus Oval.
McKay's on Kickett, maybe because Kickett is an attacking half back. McKay's playing half forward for Carlton.
Allen and White jump at it. Taken away by Dale Kickett. He's been an excellent player for a number of seasons now. Taken by Sexton, talking about excellent players, but just a touch of the fumbles. That's Christou to McKay. Taken away by Quentin Leach on to Callaghan, who's been in terrific form. Oh, the run, that's Chisholm. Is that a free kick? Oh, umpires and paid it, but Waterhouse around the corner brings it in towards Toyer, who'll fly from the back. It's a free kick in the meantime. It will go Carlton's way for in the back. I think it's going towards White. It is. And this is White at half back, Adam White. Chips it in short to Anthony Koutafidis, and from half-back he drives it in towards half-forward. Kernahan, no mark. O'Reilly was hotly pressing him. There's O'Sullivan, has it kicked away by the Dockers. They're after it. They look pretty fired up, the Fremantle side. There's Parker, Bandy, Parker again. Straight to Hogg. Hogg chips it across the ground. Fremantle have the numbers, but here's Greg Williams sweeping onto it on the left. Brings it in towards half-forward. Oh, Rhino went in hard. That's O'Sullivan. Now Koutafidis on the Beaumont. Beaumont straightens up, drives a goal and has kicked it. So Simon Beaumont has kicked the Blues first and scores a level.
Gee, I think we could be in for a good game if early indications are right. The guy's certainly going in hard. Williams stood his ground, so did O'Sullivan there. And so did the Fremantle Dockers player that he met. But Beaumont, not noted as a finisher of the ball, has got one from half forward. There he is, Simon Beaumont.
Blood rule. And we have a blood rule. And Waterhouse is coming off. And coming back on is Gary Durkay. Caught one in the nose. Ben Allen sitting next to him. Gary Durkay back into the side today. One of 2 changes to the Dockers' winning side from last week at Subiaco over the Brisbane Lions. In what was the thriller of the year so far. Terrific game. White and Allen, both real high jumpers. Parker, now McGovern. A little give. Hand pass probably could have been a little bit better for the Dockers as they try and work it forward again. Leach. Gee, that was almost a throw. In fact, the umpire has blown the whistle. On the shoulder, Dockers free kick. Leach takes the free. Down towards right half forward, and Toyer, who's been in terrific form lately. He used to boo in round 7 last year and finished 7th in the Dockers' best and fairest. Allen nearly. Player slung off the ball. Mitchell, the mark directly in front has been taken by Daniel Parker.
He's a promising young player, Don, Parker.
Yes, he is, Pete, playing up on the forward line. He showed a bit against Geelong earlier in the year too.
15 goals, 13 he's booted this year.
Toyer's trimmed down from his last year. He came in, he was a nuggety little fellow, but obviously done quite a bit of running. He's changed his shape, physical shape.
Parker directly in front, 15 metres out. He kicks and he goals. Dockers get their second. Oh, very promising start by Fremantle. 17 minutes left in the quarter, and we've had 3 goals kicked. It also promises to be a very high standard game, unlike the one we saw at Football Park last night.
Well, I suppose that's the advantage of being in front there. Also that when Mitchell got his kick, you can take advantage of a pressure kick such as that. And there was Parker who led Silvani to the ball.
Fremantle Dockers lead by 6 points. Allen and White. All White's got a huge lead. McGovern tried to crash his way through, taken by Matthew Hogg, who drives to half forward. Whitnell has it punched away. Well, some strong play by the Dockers, but it's taken by Beaumont. On to Williams. Williams bends it back towards Kernahan. He'll have a tough game down there on O'Reilly, who's been in terrific form. Ooh. Shuffled out by Carroll, Trent Carroll. The Dockers come across the ground. This is Clement. He's driving it. Why, gee, they've got numbers. Callahan drops it, but he's got plenty of time. He's got some support here. Harding now, an ordinary hand pass, but as I say, 2-on-1, 2 will normally win out. Harding to centre wing. It's punched away by Sexton. That'll be a good battle. Sexton against Peter Mann, and the players dive on it. I'm just talking about Daniel Parker, who kicked that last goal for the Dockers. I was in their rooms a couple of weeks ago after the Geelong game, and I'll tell you what, he has to be 6'6", Don, and he's towering over Silvani up there.
McKay's now on the half-back line for Carlton. Started on kick it. White has got the job on kick it on half-forward or half-back.
Man, Leach, dragged when he didn't have it. Umpire lets it go. Beaumont, caught. Took a while to get rid of it. Comes out to Hickmott. Bradley. Murphy underneath it. Clement, good mark. Clement steers it out towards Wills on the centre wing. One of the Dockers' best last week. In fact, having his best season in the AFL since coming from Geelong. Parker again. It's Shane Parker, the elder brother. Shane Parker, right centre wing for Fremantle. Kicks inside 50. Silvani flies from the back. Couldn't complete the mark. Dean over to McKay. McKay bounces it up towards Ange Christo. Going off the ground as Durkay over the line.
It just seems, Peter, that down here on the boundary, like I've done a lot of games on the boundary, it doesn't seem as much urgency as you would expect from the Carlton Footy Club. It's really weird, like not necessarily wanting to put the bodies in, but just urgency around the ball and in the packs.
Williams burrows in, Toyer's in there. White hasn't slapped away from him. Past Koutafidis to Wills. Over the head of Williams. Plenty of urgency in there. Sexton flicks it out almost. Trying to pick it up is Allen. Now Beaumont. Murphy. Comes down to White. Sticks. Needs to get a good bounce and didn't. The boundary line will be the best result for the Dockers, and it's taken over the line by Callahan in front of the long-serving Blues captain.
Good second effort by Kernahan. Well, to drop the ball, there he is going back to contest the ruck work, the boundary line. He really did put a lot of pressure on course, the turnover.
So currently 14 degrees, expected top 16, and it's pretty slippery out there. The sun trying to peek through as it's knocked back door. It's in fact it stays in, and eventually Koutafidis takes it over the line. But well, perfect conditions as far as lack of sun and no wind, but the ground just a little bit slippery on top. Looks like Toyer playing very close there to Koutafidis. A bit of a mismatch in height. Toyer's a bit of a real goer. Oh, that was well played by Kernahan. Brought back by O'Sullivan up in front of goal. That's a very good mark by Clement. It's a couple of good marks he's taken. They're a very good side, this Fremantle side. They're not far off being a really top side. Here's Scotty Chisholm, who can do anything. It's a bit of a wobbly kick to halfback O'Reilly, one of the best fullbacks in the game. I don't think anyone would argue with that. That was Trent Carroll to the centre of the ground. Here's McGovern. They're looking good, the Dockers early. They lead by 6 points. He kicks it on the left, and it's a mark down here at half forward to Parker. Shane Parker brings it across the ground to White. They've got loose men everywhere here. He can go over the top to Wills. but he dodges round instead and brings it in towards full forward. They've got no height there. The ball hits the deck. McKay to Silvani, wide to Williams, and they really did. Jeff White, I think he took the wrong option on that occasion because he had Wills loose. Now Williams drives it straight out of bounds on the full, so
Russell was right, you know, just a couple of little things going on which are indicative of the way Carlton are playing, just as Russell was making his comments. Sexton, very haphazard, a little bit fragile in the way that he went for the ball. There was no real determined effort, and it's spreading through that Carlton side. Fremantle taking a lot of the initiative, hitting the ball hard, getting it, and handling it cleanly.
Shane Parker kicked it to Wills, who's covering a lot of territory on the forward line at the moment, outside 50. Case of being too tall down there.
He's playing as a loose man down there, obviously giving Silvani a hand. That's Matt Allen.
Allen to Bradley. Long hand pass, Koutafidis. Williams chops it off. Probably was intended for his teammate there. Williams has kicked towards centre wing. Whitnell might have got a free kick as well. Lance Whitnell. Kernahan has to punch it away from O'Reilly. Clement was there, drags Murphy down. Crowd looking for a free kick. The umpire says there is none. Murphy will plead his case to no avail.
Good battle between two first-year players. There's Murphy getting the free kick between Carroll and Whitnell, both youngsters of the AFL.
Bradley had to get around his teammate there in Williams. Long bomb. Kickett should get a good bounce here and tidy up. Bad hand pass to O'Reilly. He might be able to do something this time. Drag with the shorts. Now Manton snaps and snaps. Truly it's a goal. Scores level.
Well, he's a good player last week too, Manton. He played down back and forward, playing across half forward today. But it all started because earlier Kickett made a mistake. Very indecisive as to what he was going to do. Stopped, tried to handball, then he followed up, tried to rectify his mistake, but the problem had already been recreated earlier.
Scores a level after a promising start by the Dockers. White to Wills, that was brilliant play to half forward, but McKay read it well. Oh, whoops. Mitchell trying to put the pressure on Andrew McKay. Now he's at half back. Solid, reliable player, McKay. In towards half forward line and Whitnell. Quentin Leach to Chisholm. Leach lays the tackle. The ball comes out loose to Whitnell. Still Chisholm battling hard. Good play. Oh, Dale Kickett went to kick it off the ground and missed. Players slipping and sliding out there. Beaumont. Bradley. Out there was Clement trying to punch it away from White. White chips it across the ground and the mark has been taken by Murphy.
Good skill by White and also a lot of quickness there. The way he picked it up and quickly got it on.
Justin Murphy is a beautiful kick, but he's too far out. He's about 70 metres out from goal. He'll set it up for his high marking forwards. Now Wills versus Koutafidis. Wills put his body in front, allows Callaghan to come in support. Here's Clement. Gee, just got away with it. A dangerous kick and mightn't come off. Manton to Kernahan. And the
Too bad, it's dangerously done.
Do they ever? But it was a bad skill error. The idea was right.
Well, yeah, but
kick.
that's what I'm saying. If it just happens to go wrong, you're in all sorts of trouble, as Kickett proved before, and that could have come off to you. I don't know. I'd like to see a longer kick down the ground, get it out of the danger area.
Well, that's the way they play it, and the possession game these days, as we see Trent Carroll driving at the half back.
O'Reilly's his target, couldn't complete the mark. Allen, who started well, but that's out of bounds on the full, so Dockers free kick in the right back
pocket. He had plenty of time. He held the ball awkwardly, dropped it awkwardly. Consequently, it's gone to the left of his body over the boundary line on the full.
Carroll again. Now kicks into the man on the mark and no penalty. It's out of bounds. So Manton doing a good job down there after having kicked the previous goal for the Blues. And it's going to be a boundary throw in.
And Trent Carroll, one of the long list of Claremont players currently playing in the AFL.
It's actually about a third of the Claremont players make up the Dockers list.
So throw in. Carlton's left forward pocket. Kernahan looks for Bradley, finds him. Koutafidis off a step. Might be out of bounds on the full again, or is it a mark to Murphy? He plays on, snaps, kicks. Oh, don't tell me he's kicked the goal. It's close, but I think a behind. Just 1 point, the first minor score, or second to Carlton. Now it's the first, they're too quick for us. 2 goals, 1. So that's the difference in the scores. Scotty Chisholm again to kick in. Now, he can put the heart of the coach in his mouth. Some of the things he does. Gets the hurry on from the umpire. Low trajectory pass, and he finds kick it short of the 50-metre line.
I thought the umpire was going to go in and bounce it then, and Jared Neesham wouldn't have been too happy. But there's Harding at half-back, one of those underrated type players. Good mark.
Actually, he's doing all right, isn't he?
Allen.
They're doing all right.
So Matthew Allen has come on in leaps and bounds. He drives it to half-forward. Oh, Whitnell, a great mark. Lance Whitnell, the young fella. Off he goes too. That's good football by Whitnell. Fantastic for White. White's 55 metres out from goal. Distance may be a little bit doubtful. Now the Dockers players are going back. Oh, good play by Clement. Murphy's in after it. Shane Parker lays a tackle, but an excellent play by Clement to get back there and contest that mark. So it'll be bounced about 20 metres out from the Carlton goal. They lead by a point. Jeff White, 25-metre punch out to Parker. That was cleverly done by Parker because he was hotly pressed. Was knocked back by Allen to Williams. Oh, kicking in danger, surely. Oh, come on, umpire. That was a definite kicking in danger. He nearly had his hand kicked off as he was trying to grab the ball.
And here it is. Watch this. Oh. I'd say play on. Good decision by the umpire.
Wills tries to kick at the Toya, succeeds, beats Kutafides out of bounds.
Well, it was a long way from his hand, really. I mean, if the hand, you know, there are degrees. There are degrees.
You're not happy unless they kick him in the head, you, Scotty.
So it's White.
Gee, it's hard working with an idiot.
And Allen. Allen doing particularly well so far. Parker and O'Sullivan see it out of bounds. 1 point the difference in favour of the Blues. No wind advantage here. With Matthew Allen doing so well, it's really difficult unless he gets injured to see Justin Madden regaining a place in this Carlton side. Allen and White. Rumours, of course, that White may be coming to Carlton. Williams. Only rumours, of course. Silvani. What's he doing down there? 20-metre hand pass to Whitnell. Harding pitches it. Brilliantly done. Still Silvani. Still Harding. Around the centre line he goes. He's up to the wing. Nobody coming at him. The run of the day. Making more runs than the Australian cricket team. Mark taken by Mann. That wouldn't be hard.
I thought you were going to mention the captain then.
Bandy at midfield. Now, is that going to be 50 metres? Wills has got it.
No, there's play behind play, Peter. Obviously, McKay was holding on to Mitchell, and Mitchell's got a chance to kick his second. Been quite active across half forward, Mitchell. Got the goal to kick down earlier to Parker.
Well, that'll be
slung.
His second from a free kick. David Parker might be too happy.
It's effectively a 50-metre penalty because Bandy had the football almost adjacent to the centre circle. So Gavin Mitchell with another free kick, a chance for his second and to put the Dockers back in front. That's the shot he's got. And he may have missed that. He has, one behind, kicked by Gavin Mitchell, so he's kicked 1-1, and that levels the scores here at Optus Oval with 7 minutes left in the quarter.
You've got to kick
Carlton playing the huddle too. That's a good huddle. Now they've broken. What options? They've got to continue running until one presents itself.
And isn't that lovely now and again to see a long kick, and sure enough a 60-metre kick lands with Murphy on the McKay. McKay down towards half forward, over the back. White is there. Scott Chisholm. Oh, good play by Chisholm. On to Kickett. He's very clever, Dale Kickett. He's harassed by a couple of Carlton players, still trying to get it out. Oh, that is unfair. He's making the play. The umpire said he wasn't making a fair dinkum attempt to get rid of it. There's O'Sullivan in towards half forward. Kutafides flies and takes a brilliant mark. thought that should have been play on out there. What do you think, Don?
Well, I was looking at what was happening down the ground, Peter, as Kurtafidi took this mark. And that may give him a little bit of confidence. He's been down in recent weeks. Maybe the pressure of that off-the-field saga with his boots has had an effect. But that just might have given him the confidence. A strong mark in front of the pack. Not easy to do when the pack's bearing down on him.
Scores are level as Kurtafidis will kick from about 45 metres directly in front. Oh, an ordinary kick. This might be out of bounds on the full.
No, it's a new boots.
Sneaks in. Of course, he was the subject of a lot of controversy over which boots he should be wearing a couple of weeks ago. Carlton lead by a point as McGovern drives it into Harding, who was exciting a moment ago when he ran from the back pocket up to the centre wing area. He must have bounced it about 10 times. So Harding. Over the back of the pack is Quentin Leach. Well played, but he's caught on the bandy. They're backing up well, the Dockers, to the racehorse. This is Mitchell. Oh, was pushed after he got rid of it. Up towards full forward. Oh, great mark by Clive Waterhouse.
Terrific mark.
His kicking lets him down. He kicked rather poorly last week, and this is more difficult than some of the ones he had then, so a tough shot.
Well, the beauty of that mark, he only had eyes to the ball, and he was running with the flight of the ball, more or less with the flight of the ball. It was a terrific effort.
A chance to put Fremantle in front or level the scores. It's out to the right, and in fact he has scored a behind. So scores are dead set level, but good start to Fremantle. It's very important when you travel from interstate, Peter, that you don't get blitzed early because with the home crowd.
Well, they'd already won here once in the season. Bradley from Christou. Still he goes, Waterhouse, out of bounds. A little bit further out from where he took that kick just a few moments back.
Terrific effort by Gary Durkay to turn the ball over. Bradley had it.
65 metres it is from goal. 5 minutes remaining in the quarter. Allen and Bandy. Mitchell through his fingers. Dockers looking for a holding the ball decision, and I suppose that's a fair ask after what happened to kick it on the other side of the ground. Craig Bradley, who has had a long and distinguished career at Carlton. And the side that went to Ireland in '84, he sticks Kernahan and John Platt, the only ones still playing AFL. Wills, Christou. I think Gary McIntosh is still going around in Adelaide. Bradley, again. Dean. Another of the Carlton veterans. White takes the mark in front of Kickett, doing well on centre wing. Oh, what a mark to Hickman!
Oh, his name was written all over that. You could see even before he. Oh, they're not paying it.
Gee. Well, look the mark for mine. Murphy, Toyer, still Toyer. Murphy's got him. Brushes him, kick it. He needed to kick it. Parker across his body. McKay and Durkay. Christou, well, gives it back. McKay had moved. Now he gets it back to his teammate again. Bradley from Christou, and Bradley marks just up from the goal line. Parker stands the mark. Bradley looking for options. He's gone a bit wide. Brings it back towards centre wing, just wide of the circle. Mitchell behind, Williams, a little give. Taken by Beaumont. Beaumont's kicked down towards the full forward pocket. Kernahan. Out of bounds. He kicked it, it's coming around, it's there! Did he bet that back?
Well, it was inspiring stuff. It started in the middle. That terrific little handball from Williams. There, it was just there. There's Beaumont giving it off. Kurtafidis, Kernahan, all started midfield, but Kernahan will get the slap on the back for a terrific goal, but well set up by Williams.
Great kick for goal by the captain to put the Blues in front.
Ben Allen on the ground too, Peter.
It was good play by Kurtafidis too, because he blocked after he gave off the hand pass. There's Quentin Leach. Murphy. Oh, Hogg went down very, very hard. That's Hickmott. Onto McKay. To the half-forward line, and Williams is making a lot of space. Onto Bradley. Bradley to the pocket, and he's found White. So White's inside, just inside 50. Now Beaumont's calling for it. He's going to chip this across to Bradley to make it a far better angle for the shot at goal.
Mitchell hurt himself too, Peter, when he laid that heavy tackle on Hogg on the edge of the square. There he is there. He's winded himself. It was a very, very strong tackle on Hogg, and Hogg took exception to it. A little bit of a remonstration, but a great effort from the little fellow. There he is catching his breath. As Bradley's covering a lot of ground. There it is. Oh, yeah, and listen, after this, watch. There's a little bit of exception taken to that tackle by Hogg.
Well, the Blues lead by 6 points. The Dockers have taken it right up to them, but a couple of little errors. They could do with another skillful little bloke up forward to kick some goals. But Bradley will kick just inside 50. It's off to the right, and it is one behind only. So the margin now 7 points in favour of Carlton. Craig Bradley, the experienced running player.
Actually, his form really has improved this year. I mean, he's gone up another notch. If it could improve, he's always been terrific, but he's 34 and still going exceptionally well.
Scott Chisholm punched away by White. Carlton have got the numbers. Hogg to Bradley. That was cleverly played by Bradley. He wants to give it off. Now he says, I'll have a shot myself. And he goes bang. Oh, that was brilliant play for a goal.
Well, that's his 148th goal. And he only 188, I should say. It's a great effort from Bradley. He had a shot earlier, and here it is once again.
8
Hogg
kicks
laying it off
for the quarter. 3 marks and 1 hand pass. A brilliant quarter from Craig Bradley so far. 9 possessions to the Carlton veteran, and capping it off with a brilliant goal in time on in the first quarter. The Dockers need one. Canahan out of the centre. Waterhouse. Toya inside 50. Oh, taken high. They'll get a free kick.
Dean was behind Waterhouse. Here's Toya.
The arm slipped up, didn't it?
The arm slipped, but the problem was that Waterhouse was in front of Dean. He laid it off. Got to get in front of the Carlton defenders. Change being made by the Dockers. Coming on.
Gale.
Gale. Dale Pickett going off.
Toya for Fremantle's third from 49 metres. Maybe. I think the goal umpire will say it's a goal. He will. Toya scraping it in. The Dockers get their second from a free kick.
Well, that was bad judgment by those Carlton defenders, because it looked as if it could have been touched, and Silvani remonstrating.
Well, the goal
I still
umpire
thought it was a bad
in perfect position.
Well, here it is. Here's the free kick. He slips the tackle, gets the free. Yeah, it was always there. Great effort from Toya.
So the Dockers, through that goal, they only trail by 7 points now. Here's Bandy. It'd be handy if they get another one here. Wills further afield to Gale. Gale comes inside. Oh, kicks it into the man, but Wills is there. Still going Wills. Toya has it booted away. Oh, and when Gale went hard against Dean. Here's Quentin Leach. Callaghan. Good play. McGovern. Benny Allen. Oh, was that a free kick to Allen? No. Waterhouse kicks a goal. Brilliant play, the Dockers. Gee, that was good team play, Don.
Really working hard. Wills has picked up 8 possessions in the first quarter. And again, he was involved. There's Ben Allen off the bench.
He was nearly back on it, I think. He got met very heavily. Oh.
Just missed him. Well done, Waterhouse.
Just a bit of trivia on Mark Gale. He's actually the son of Terry Gale, the golfer. He's also an A-grade cricketer, and he plays off a 2 handicap. So if he can play football as well as that, the Dockers have got something in their stores.
1 point the difference. 10 seconds remaining in the quarter. Carlton by the narrowest of margins. Bandy and Allen. Sounds like a comedy duo. Hogg Up towards half forward. Now there's a holding decision here. It's going Harding's way, I believe. Harding will take the free kick. Or let's put it this way, he's been awarded the free kick right on the siren. He won't be taking it. And so a very entertaining quarter of football. McKay just pleading his case with the umpire, but all to no avail. Let's see it again. Bit of a wrestle actually with Manton. And both plead their innocence there.
That's the free.
That was what he gave it for. 6 Curtahan, great kick at goal. Shot that looked as though it was going out of bounds initially. He came around like a boomerang, and that was one of the classic plays of the first quarter. Jared Neesham, I think, would be pretty happy.
Looks happy.
With the way the Dockers have handled Carlton and the ground in the first quarter. With the scoreboard showing as we take a break, the Blues 4-3-27 leading the Dockers 4-2-26 by 1 point. Second quarter from Optus Oval, the Blues leading by the narrowest of margins, 4-3-4-2. Very entertaining first quarter. Bandy goes at it hard. Allen, who started on the bench for the Dockers, as he has done in a few matches this year. A real scramble. Hamill's in there, I noticed. Koutafidis. Hamill a late inclusion for Ratton. Out to Whitnell. Carroll, rookie from Claremont. He's being held. You would think would get a free kick from that. And now gives away a free kick for a push in the back. So Whitnell to the rhino, who missed it. Oh. Hand pass comes out to Koutafidis. Bandy tried to block it. Hogg's there. Gets taken to the ground. Good tackle on Allen, by Allen. A scrambly start to the second quarter. Hogg took a hand pass, couldn't get rid of it. And after all that, the ball's only travelled about, as the crow flies, 25 metres. Carlton to the right in this quarter. Dockers to the left. Bandy and Allen. This time, the rhino, O'Sullivan, up towards half forward. Mark in front to Murphy.
He's got some real ability, this man. Playing midfield or half forward. He's now playing half forward. Here he is, eyes for the ball. You can see there the pack flying. You could say that Parker really should have punched that ball.
Murphy kicks, and Murphy has put it through, has he? It's there. It's a goal. So the difference out to 7 points. Justin Murphy kicks his first, so 9 individual goal kickers in the match so far.
Well, he did have a problem early in his career. It was a real one-way at Justin Murphy. If he wasn't winning the ball, he was in real trouble because he didn't have a defensive side. But the Carlton people believe he's getting a little bit better. He's a leading goal kicker at Carlton this year with 12.
Seven points the margin in favour of the Blues. Callahan working hard, taken by Beaumont, smothered off the boot, punched away by McGovern, taken by Koutafidis. He drives to the half forward line with a lovely kick, finds White. So the kick in towards half forward. Oh, the Dockers player slipped over Clement, and
just a point on that Carlton's forward line. They've got Justin Murphy starting in the square. Lance Whitnell's commencing at centre-half forward, and Kernahan's falling into the gap in between full forward and centre-half forward. In the past, Kernahan has generally swapped with a Spalding at centre-half forward, but he's spending all his time as Murphy hits the post, another behind.
Well, he should have kicked that from there. He's normally a great kick for goal, Justin Murphy. His opponent there, Clement had slipped over,
yep.
and well, he slipped over a couple of times. So Scotty Chisholm, the Dockers supporters have their hearts in their mouths when he kicks in from fullback. The umpire hurrying him up, so he kicks it to himself, Chisholm, and drives out towards halfback. Harding is there, and he's got support. And the mark as well. That's the young fella there, and Trent Carroll taking the mark. And he'd be pretty excited today. And that long list of footballers, as we said, from Claremont. Now, centre wing, Waterhouse. Almost threw it away. Mann knocks it away. Koutafidis, Hickmott. He dives on it. Now, he wasn't pinged as was Kickett earlier. Very similar sort of situation. McGovern was there.
Free kick.
Now Hickmott, it's a free kick. And it will go the way of the Dockers. And it looks like Wills is the recipient. He's having an outstanding season, Andrew Wills. He drives to half forward. They need someone to take a mark. They've got Peter Mann at the back. He's taken it. Now he's 60 metres from goal.
This is only his second kick, man. He's been quiet.
So Mann will lob it up towards the goal square. Now to a chance for a mark. Jeff White flies. Couldn't quite hang on to it. Silvani went without it. Allen hooks it back to Bradley. Bradley doesn't muck around and knocks it through for a behind to the Fremantle Dockers.
Careful aim there, Bradley. So as he didn't hit it out of bounds, he made sure he hit it through for a behind. 5-4 to 4-3. Dockers' first score of the second quarter. Ange Christo looking for options. And now has to go long. Sexton, too tall.
Gee, he was lucky, only going one-handed.
Sexton from centre half back. Third in the club's best and fairest last year. Straight down the centre of the ground. Kernahan, O'Sullivan, Bradley thought about giving it back to him. Williams next to him says go long, and he does, and he bounces it through for a goal. Bradley in brilliant form. 3 marks, 9 kicks, 1 hand pass and 2 goals. The difference out to 13 points.
Well, I suppose you could say he more or less drew the man when he was trying to lay it off to O'Sullivan. Kernahan flying. So Sullivan's done that well, reading the hands of the pack. He took one off a boundary throw-in down the opposite end at the opposite forward pocket, actually. That was a good kick by Bradley.
So Craig Bradley is showing his class. That's twice that he changed his mind and then went on and kicked the goal. Mann versus Sexton. He's a hard person to beat, Michael Sexton, as he'll take it over the line. No, he won't. He grabs it on the left boot, keeps it in play, gains about 40 metres. Now there's McGovern, gives it to Bandy on the Parker. A free kick to Parker. He was caught far too high, Shane Parker, and the umpire spotted it. It was almost an elbow, but a good contest going on here. Bandy should mark. Gee, they're getting a lot of loose men, the Dockers. Carlton will have to start manning up a little bit better, or a dangerous kick, a very ordinary kick. It was bad play by Daniel Bandy. Koutafidis is marked onto Christou. Ange Christou drives long to the half-forward line. Over the back was Lance Whitnell. He sockers it off the ground. He's Scott Chisholm at half-back. He steadies, looks for Callaghan, almost got unloaded. It was a poor kick by Chisholm. Set his teammate up, Hogg. Good umpiring to call play on. Well played by Wills. That was fantastic to Callaghan. In towards the full forward area. Well taken by Allen. On to Hickmott. To centre wing. Kernahan and O'Reilly are up there on centre wing. Steve Kernahan will look for Adam White. He finds him.
Just an injury concern to Matty Allen. He's hurt his left shoulder in that last ruck contest, so he may be coming off the ground. Not looking too good.
Parker gets it to Callaghan. On to Wills. He's having a great game, Andrew Wills. He should bounce again. No, he doesn't. On the left. He bends it back to White. He should mark this. He does. Jeff White has marked 30 metres out. A brilliant kick. Allen is coming off the ground and he doesn't look too good.
Well, I'll have to put Koutafidis in the ruck.
What a great kick by Wills on the left foot. And he's having an outstanding game, Andrew Wills. Now he really does need to kick this, Jeff White. He's a promising young ruckman, or he's having attention to the shoulder area, probably the AC joint.
He got the handball away, stood his ground, the ball came rolling to him at centre half back.
So Jeff White from directly in front. The Dockers need this one. He kicks it, looks pretty good. He's happy. It's a goal. So Carlton cannot shake them off at the moment. The Dockers only trail by 7 points.
Yes, and what they're going to do to resurrect their ruck division.
This may be the injury sustained by Allen.
I think he heard it before he even went up for the ball.
13 and a half minutes left in the quarter. The difference is back to 7 points, 5-3 to 6-4 in favour of the Blues. Allen off the ground. Kudafiti's in the ruck. Williams tackled by Allen. Quick kick. Comes to Scotty Chisholm. Nice judgment. Away he goes. McGovern says keep going, and he does. Another bounce. What's he going to do with it? Looks for White. Got underneath it. Chance for Wills. Runs into Hickmott. Past Leach. Hogg. Had it. Lost it. Leach again. Nice ball. Quick kick. Bounces it to Sexton. Wills is there. So too Mann. A throw.
Savani behind on that occasion. He butted up on the mistake. Should have been in front. I don't agree with the decision.
Let's take a look at it, Doc.
Tomaini hit the ball.
Oh, that was a handball. That was a bad decision. That had to be a handball. There was a movement, but he definitely punched it off his palm.
It's impossible to do what he did without moving.
Oh, that's a handball.
A goal here would make the difference again. 1 point. Wills from 35 metres out. He kicks and he goes.
But the problem was earlier than that. Silvani is so far behind his opponent. He had to go in and butter up. Now here it is. Now to mine, that is a hand pass, not a free kick.
I agree with you, Don. I think everyone does. Very lucky one.
Third goal from free kick to the Dockers.
So Steve Silvani not too happy about that. Point the margin. The Blues in front as Bandy jumps against Kudafiti. They'll miss Allen. That was Sexton to O'Sullivan. Taken away by Benny Allen. Now towards half forward. No mark to Hickmott. Mitchell tried to get it off the ground. Waterhouse is there. Now Leach. He goes to ground. Umpire will probably come in and bounce. He will. And the Carlton crowd don't like the umpires, but
they'll miss Allen. They'll miss Allen with the mere fact it's taken Kudafiti's away from a position. Bandy's been doing very well in the ruck, and he's been controlling it since he's gone in there, the centre bounces. And Carlton are just going to be that little bit weaker around the ground.
Well, here's Gale. Back it comes. As it towards the boundary line is from Chisholm. That was given by Waterhouse.
Matty Allen currently getting some heavy strapping to the top of his shoulder. I think Peter McKenna, you were correct. It might be the left AC joint. I don't know whether he's going to get a shot or not, but heavy strapping. He looks in a lot of distress.
10 free kicks to the Dockers, 3 to Carlton so far. An interesting imbalance. Boundary throw in. Wills across his body, kicks to half forward, almost a wrestle. Mann nearly. Leach tries to paddle it out in front. Tackled by Hickmott. Dockers running in ones and twos. Leach still he goes past Kudafiti's. Good gather by Allen in front of Williams. And play has been stopped.
Play the throw.
Another one. Well, that's the square off, is it?
It's not a real square off. They're in different positions on the ground, and we watch here.
Yes, it looked like a throw, didn't it?
Here and after referred to as a tap on. White. O'Sullivan. Caught. Manton goes out and so too does Hogg. Wills and White. And it's all tied up just inside 50 at centre half forward for Carlton.
And Leach going off. I wonder why, because of that mistake.
And Gary Durkhe's going to come back
blood
on.
rule. Durkhe off. Leach undecided. Waterhouse going off because of the blood rule. Durkhe on.
It's the second time that Waterhouse has had to go off.
Kickett coming back on for the Dockers, and he's going down forward.
So a bounce. Centre half forward for the Blues. Bandy. O'Sullivan sharks it. The Rhino tries to get onto his left. Centering kick. Murphy slipped over at the crucial moment. And that indeed proved costly, and the mark is taken by Carroll. O'Reilly runs off Silvani. Clement, too long for him. Whitnell comes at him. Clement tries to flip it up to a teammate. Parker. Bandy, Toya, still Bandy. Clement, drops it. He's having a horrid day. Can't get his footing at all. Bandy looks for a free kick. Kudafiti's. tries to put his stamp on the match. Beaumont shuffles it out to Williams, who's caught. McGovern's got him. Not pretty stuff this. Now Harding.
Oh, it's a good game though to watch as we see Clement receive it. Now towards Durkay, who's bumped out of it. Good mark taken by Adrian Hickmott. Now Hickmott's at half back. He'll drive it straight up the middle of the ground. They need a mark. And it's been taken there by Williams, who didn't like the attention of Chisholm, who likes to give a bit of lip. Scotty Chisholm, he is a character. He's not averse to saying a few things. The kick in towards Koutafidis, no mark. Sexton is dragged down. Sexton again to Koutafidis. The Dockers are chasing and harassing his best man on the ground, I reckon, by a mile. Wills, he is dominating this game.
Fraser Brown warming up, coming on for Carlton. Williams going off.
Jeff White, look at that for skill. Gets onto his right boot. Oh, fantastic play. He's flattened, but it's a mark anyway.
And it's against Wills.
It's gone against Wills. It's gone against Wills, and that was bad luck for the Dockers because the man had marked on
the score.
Well, Peter Dean at half back. It's a terrific game at the moment. A point the margin. The Blues in front. Here's Kernahan, the Bradley, who has been brilliant. He's kicked 2 goals. He bends it around with a boomerang kick. Here's Harding. Oh, good play. That's Hamill. Hamill chips it across. Excellent play. Oh, Whitnall's hit hard. This might be 50.
Oh, you can't give 50.
I think the umpire might pay it, though.
No.
Or will he? I don't think it was, but he might pay it anyway. I think he got hit very hard after he marked
Oh,
him.
Peter, the man was committed.
Well, he's paying the 50, as I said, Don.
It's unbelievable.
But he crashed into his back. It wasn't all that late, but still it would have been a goal anyway, I would think.
It was a courageous effort by Whitnall to go in knowing that someone was coming the other way. There was really nothing in it. Here it is. Look, it's good effort here by Hamill. Just gets the ball out, then sets it up by centering the ball. Watch Whitnall. Now look at that.
So maybe in the meantime the goal was kicked.
So the Blues get some breathing space. 7-4 to 6-3. Tough game of footy out there. Nine minutes left. Second quarter. So virtually there was a 2-goal turnaround, because remember the Dockers had a kick that was against Wills in the end on their forward line. Allen, possibly he could have got a goal. Kickett comes into a player tackle. Fraser Brown on the ground for the first time, number 20 for Carlton.
I think with a couple of those controversial decisions by the umpires, it's very, very tense down here. I think Justin Murphy doesn't mind a bit of a push and shove around, so it's very interesting at the moment.
Manton and Mann, won by the latter. Bradley, who's been brilliant. He and Wills certainly have set a pretty hot pace. McKay, Silvani, Sexton. Sexton from half-back, looks for the righto. O'Sullivan takes the mark, decides to play on quickly. Silvani, Chisholm, runs into a brick wall. They wrestle behind play, and still they go. Chisholm and Silvani. The kick comes up towards half-forward. It's a Carlton mark. Manning tries to pinch it and run away, but he can't from a mark. And let's see what happened here. And I think the boys might have an appointment during the week. Both of them. Well, certainly one anyway.
It's unbelievable. You get an appointment over that stuff.
Yeah, I'm with you, Don.
Gee,
I reckon
this is a game for girls nowadays.
I agree with you about this wrestling business.
Near the rules. Manton, 3 seconds.
It might be the rules, Pete, but are they right? I mean, players are going up for wrestling all the time. That's part of the game.
7-5 to 6-3.
It's not part of the game, but it is. You know, you don't like that sort, but it is. I know what you mean. It does happen in a game. Guys don't go out there to wrestle. They go out to play football, but sometimes they get a little heated.
So McGovern drives it into Chisholm. Scotty Chisholm's not the most popular man with the Carlton supporters, but I'm enjoying this game. I reckon it's fantastic. The Dockers are taking it up to the Blues. They're experienced side, Carlton. The Dockers, relative newcomers into the competition, but gee, they're playing good style of football. This is Carroll. And there's always something happening with Fremantle play. They're an exciting side to watch. Benny Allen drives it. Former Hawks skipper. Now, here's Michael Sexton. Peter Mann's got to lift a little bit. Almost a push in the back from Harding there. Taken by Koutafidis. That was brilliant. Then he comes outside. Fraser Brown. Carlton are picking up the tempo here. Bradley, he gives a dummy hand pass again. And then he steadies and drives it with a 60-metre kick up the half-court. Bandy is quick for a big man. Well done as he knocked it on to Gale. Over to the line it goes. It'll be a throw-in. Good play by Daniel Bandy.
He's an awkward-looking footballer, Bandy. Not a natural, but boy, he's got great athleticism, a tremendous spring. Really beaten to the centre bounce.
Does battle with Whitnell. O'Sullivan kicks it to the man in front of him. Clement couldn't take the hand pass. O'Sullivan again. Centering kick. Kernahan. Manton.
That is something you say that Carlton practice. We saw Hamill do it earlier and got it across. And that time it was O'Sullivan who centred the ball.
Kicked 1 goal, 1. Glenn Manton played all 24 games last year. He kicks and goals. So the Blues increase their lead. That's the biggest margin we've had in the match so far. 8-5 to 6-3 at the Optus Oval. We've got 5 minutes left before half-time.
Well, there's a turnover. Skill error. And Carlton taking advantage of that skill error. And Manton the sit. And obviously it's a ploy by Carlton to centre the ball when going deep into the forward line.
So they're very hard to hold out, Carlton. They're very difficult to beat at Optus Oval. They've got a great record here as Andrew McKay goes forward. It's a bit of holding going on. Umpire calls play on. Over the back is the ever-reliable O'Reilly. He drives it out to centre wing. Allen and McKay. Allen used his body well and then tapped it over the line.
Matty Allen's gone into the rooms. Looks like he might be getting a shot in that shoulder, considering it's only 5 minutes to half-time. Obviously very serious.
So that's rotten luck for Carlton because he's been in outstanding form. And Bandy beaten for that. Now that's McGovern, Chisholm, still getting hooted. On to Gale. Gale comes through the centre. Now they have to score something from this attack. That's a great kick. White! Oh, he jumped before acceptances. He missed it by a mile. Somebody will tap this over the line. No, well, eventually he does. He disguised it pretty well.
He did. Actually, Stephen. He did that very, very well, didn't he? He had control of that ball all the time. And that was experience. He brought it back in and then he, at the appropriate time, took it over the boundary line to restart the game.
And I taught him many years ago to be an honest young fella too, Don. And you did in Ireland when you coached him. Now there it is at half forward for the Dockers. They could really do with one here. It's under 5 minutes to half time. It's been just an entertaining game. Been some good tackling, harassing. Jeff White taps it down with the left. It's locked in again, and it'll be another bounce about 40 metres out from the Fremantle goal. They trail by 14 points. There's Matthew Hogg, tough little. He used to be a back pocket player many years ago at Footscray. Now White, he's got that big leap, but Fraser Brown read it well and bends it around in the direction of Bradley and Wills, two of the best players on the ground. Wills has had 11 kicks and 5 handballs. Bradley's been fantastic too. Took it over the line, and Bradley's had 11 kicks and 2 handballs and kicked 2 goals.
Yes, I don't think I'd argue with you on the score of those two being the best on the ground. They're both having fantastic seasons. 53 to 39, close to half-time. Dockers need a goal here. Been a little bit starved in the last few minutes. Kick gives it back to the boundary umpire. It'll be thrown in left half forward for Fremantle.
Now Bandy's going off the ground. That's an interesting one. Bandy off and Waterhouse on, so White is obviously going to go into the ruck now.
Waterhouse had to leave the field, we remember, for the blood rule. Something he's done twice today. White wins it again and also hits it to Fraser Brown again. McGovern tries to control it centre wing. Waterhouse, as we said, just come back onto the ground. Short kick, right to the 50. Kick it, tries to trap it. Koutafidis has got him. The hand pass, effective to man. Skipper's kick, high, wide, not too handsome. Punch down to Hickmott. Pats is holding the ball. The umpire disagrees and is going to ball it up.
I wonder if they brought Waterhouse on to try and contain the mobility of Koutafidis.
Koutafidis having a reasonable day. Very crowded at half forward for the Dockers. Manton and White. Kick away comes from Hamill. Up towards half forward, a bouncing ball. Kernahan looks for options. The Rhino takes it 30 metres out. Goes at goal. And what's he done with it? It looks okay. He likes it. Yes, sir.
Good overlap there. That's the way you play football, in straight lines. You hit the ball hard as Kernahan did, then lay it off. Hamill sending it long. There it is now. Through comes Kernahan, laying it off. And not a problem. Dropped the ball very, very close to his foot, Luke O'Sullivan. He's got great anticipation. A big fellow playing across half forward.
20 points the margin, and I hope the Carlton supporters don't boo one of the umpires there, because his name's Michael Sexton, the same as their centre back. Kick down forward is by Murphy, taken by Clement. Oh, he slipped over again. I just wonder what stops he's got. Shane Parker, he's caught. Back it comes. Oh, he's caught red hot Carroll, and it's forced over the line as the Carlton supporters boo again.
This game has ebbed and flowed a little. It was Fremantle early in the second quarter. Everything starting to go their way, but Carlton's harassment has certainly come to the fore.
The big leap was by Manton. Mitchell has it tapped away. Ben Allen on the wheels will get his 12th kick. A wobbly kick to the half-forward line. This is where the Dockers fall down. They just need another class forward. Oh, Beaumont's flattened. That's a free kick down the field. Manton to half-forward and Bradley. Now, what will this brilliant player do? He's going to chip it across here, and he finds Lance Whitnell about 40 metres from goal. Slight angle.
The umpire spoke to Mitchell after that, but I don't think he took any numbers.
No, there's a little bit of demonstrating going on. Hogg and Murphy went across to Mitchell after he laid that heavy bump.
Well, he got rid of the ball when he was flattened, and he was unprotected. Now, Lance Whitnell kicks at goal. That looks good. It's a goal. So Carlton have really got a run in this past 5 minutes.
And here is the bump. Now there's Bowman on screen there, getting better. Now here he is, 29 with the ball. Now watch Mitchell coming from right of screen. There. He didn't lift the elbow, but just a little bit late.
A 6-goal quarter by Carlton so far, and under 2 minutes left before half-time. Manton's having a good game. Hogg out of the centre congestion, playing in front is Harding to take the mark in front of O'Sullivan. Gets a call from the umpire to play on. He's gone out wide to O'Reilly. At least he maintains his footing. Clement will have to look at the same sort of boots. McKay in front. Durkay was there. And it's going to be a ball up right on the edge of the square. The skipper, the last to regain his feet. 10-5 to 6-3 at Optus Oval late in the second quarter. And there must be 25 players around the ball. Mann and Manton. Wills gets dispossessed. Fraser Brown, pass kick it to Hogg. Hogg to half forward. White takes the mark. And centre half back. Chips it in short. Plenty of options. Ben Allen past Beaumont. Seems to have recovered from that knock. Carroll at the back. Murphy nudges him out. Nearly caught by Mitchell. Bradley at midfield, who's been brilliant. Long bomb. Wide should mark and does. Nice block around O'Sullivan. On to McGovern. Sets it up for Wills. The Dockers' best player again this afternoon. but badly delivered kick, and Mackay takes a brilliant mark at centre half back.
Oh, that was a brilliant mark. Andrew Mackay very rarely plays a poor game. Finds Manton. Fraser Brown to the half-forward line. O'Reilly putting the pressure on Silvani. White and Parker combine. White drives it back as the siren sounds. Adrian Hickmott has marked. Can he have a shot? Yes, he's going to. He drives it to Wobbly and won't get there. And a very good quarter on that by the Blues.
At Optus Oval, 26 points is the margin in favour of Carlton. The Dockers' last score at the 10-minute mark of the second term. Carlton kicking 4 unanswered goals. It's 10-5 to 6-3. White and Koutafidis. Callaghan. White takes the mark. White from centre half back. Started well. Manton, who's been having a good game. Harding. Gives it out to Murphy. Nearly Collett. The Rhino. O'Sullivan. Out in front of Hogg. Paddles it past Brown. O'Sullivan again. Williams, good tackle. Ball jarred free. Fraser Brown. O'Sullivan. Onto his left foot. Centering kick. Manton from the back. Wills. Bounce is going to be a factor here. Went past Carroll. Waterhouse. A little gift to Allen. Oh, bad hand pass intended for Carroll. Pitched by Bradley. Oh, today the brilliant Bradley. Puts out the hand, loses it, kick it.
There's a clash in the centre of the ground. Allen's gone down and so's Hickmott after that handball that Allen tried to get off. They're both on their feet now, but they both stayed on the ground for quite a while.
And
here's the clash, and that is where they both stayed down on the ground for quite a while.
A clash of heads, it looked like.
Allen's still in the hands of the trainers.
Sexton takes the mark across half back, and he decides to play on, kicks to centre wing.
Lovely kick on the left too. Down to Greg Williams. Noted handball exponent. Finds Koutafidis with the low trajectory kick. And a nice mark.
One just gets a feeling
taken by Hickmott
that Fremantle had taken the foot off the accelerator, because the way that Koutafidis came through there on that centre wing quite nonchalantly, the pressure is not there that was in the first half. There's Allen. Allen just had a bit of a nick on the forehead, but the man that he clashed with, Hickmott, has got a chance for kicking a goal.
So Adrian Hickmott will have to kick from just inside 50 metres as he lets fly with a low trajectory drop punt for a goal. Good start for the Blues in this third term as Adrian Hickmott has kicked his first.
One query in Lee. One query why Adrian Hickmott ever was cleared from Geelong. I thought he was a good player. Here's Hickmott cutting out the hand pass, and obviously Hickmott's got the harder head. They both held their heads, but one forehead clashed with one side head. It's good to see they're both all right.
Biggest lead of the match now, and Carlton continue on their merry way. Toya kicks across his body up towards half forward. White takes the mark again at centre half back. Out in front of Mackay. Gale goes with him. Still Mackay. Whitnell. Hickmott. Gee, they're going in hard. Mackay again once more. Gets it away from Gale and Leach. It's out of bounds in front of the Rhino O'Sullivan.
The interchange bench for Fremantle at the moment is Shane Parker, Gary Durkay and Scott Chisholm, while Carlton have Aaron Hamill, Jacob Anstey, who's yet to have a run, and also Matty Allen, still not fit enough to take his place in this side.
You think they were behind by 5 goals, wouldn't you? Looking at them. O'Sullivan, Bradley, he's been brilliant. O'Reilly gets edged out of it. Manton tries to tap it forward, couldn't find the teammate. Ben Allen gives it away to O'Reilly, and he kicks to centre wing.
Beautiful kick too. He's found Dale Kickett. They need a couple of quick goals, the Dockers. That's a better kick, and a very good lead by Peter Mann. He's been well held by Sexton. Peter Mann will have to kick from 50, which is a long way to kick a drop punt, particularly under these sort of heavy overcast conditions.
Ben Allen has gone off and Durkay coming on.
So Peter Mann, this could be a team lifter if he could kick this from way out at 50, just outside 50. It starts to drift back, won't make the distance. Big thump away was by Silvani. Here's Ange Christou, good play. Back to Silvani. So Steve Silvani puts it out on the full. A terrible kick and clears the fence.
You don't see that happen too often from him.
No. So it's a kick out here to Gale. We've mentioned there's Benny Allen now on the bench with Shane Parker. Now Mark Gale is on the boundary line. He tries to bend it. Bandy was there, but it came off hands and over the line right next to that behind. But gee, he looks like his old man too. Terry Gale is fantastic. His father, Terry Gale, a great golfer, Australian golfer.
Playing in Japan this weekend.
And he's made a lot of money on that Japanese circuit. Here's Callahan. Get his boot to it. He hasn't been as dominant today. He's had a fine season. Very good player. Now, Mitchell dives on it, doesn't attempt to get it out, but the umpire will bounce it. Gavin Mitchell has kicked a goal from a free kick and missed a sitter from a free kick also. Umpires Hayden Kennedy, Steve McBurney and Michael Sexton. White playing for a free kick, then socks it off the ground. Callahan, he pounces on that. Back it comes to Carroll. Carroll loses it to White. Back it comes to Clement. Callahan. Quentin Leach, it was a poor kick, but Leach is good enough to go in and grab it again. Hickmott. Oh, the charge in. There was almost a free kick against Carroll for in the back, but the umpire's going to bounce it again.
That bounce will take place on centre wing. Carlton 11-5, Fremantle 6-3. The Dockers yet to add to their half-time score, and remember their last score came up at the 10-minute mark of the second quarter. So it has been a drought. Toya couldn't get clear. Carroll pinned. Ball jarred free in the tackle. Durko went in pretty solidly. Koutoufides looks for the free kick and will get one. 6 free kicks to 11 in favour of the Dockers. Then again, it's not so many free kicks, but where you get them. Kernahan.
Oh, he's done his knee. I think White's done his knee.
He plays on.
No,
won't quite make the distance. Manton.
No, he's all right. He's up. Just for a horrible moment, he went down clutching his right knee after flying for that mark. Here it is. Kernahan taking a strong mark. I thought he was out of position.
So did I.
With White coming in front, and that's where I thought White's knee went, but thank goodness it's all right.
Manton kicks and he goes. The Blues charge on.
Manton's becoming a very, very good player for Carlton. He'll be used up back forward. We've seen him used in the ruck. He kicks goals when he goes down forward. Kernahan would have taken these much more on more occasions in his earlier days, finding it a little harder nowadays, but there's the strength of Manton.
Koutoufides to take on Jeff White. White with that huge leap, gets it to Leach, on to Durkay. Straight up in the air with a wobbly kick. Mann races after it. Now it stays in. Now did he run out? It's a great kick at goal, but he has just missed. That would have been a sensational goal. But he's been well held, as we said, and they really need him to lift. In fact, they're not getting a lot out of their key forwards. Daniel Parker, only a young player on the way up, but they need someone down there, a nippy rover or a...
Well, Jeff White, there's a bit of indecision from the Dockers bench whether he's coming off or not, but it looks like he might go to full forward as Benny Allen's waiting to come on, for maybe for Waterhouse, not too sure. But White's going to full forward, Allen White still waiting.
Well, an ordinary kick in by Steve Silvani has landed in the hands of Gary Durkay. Now, again, the distance would be a doubt. He's gone back a long, long way. He's about 30 metres from the man on the mark. And he's probably going to pass this short, I would think. They've got all sorts of signals these days, these dummy kicks. And let's see if he has a shot. So it looks as though he's going to have a long bomb. Just outside 50. Oh, not a bad looking kick. A beautiful kick. Magnificent kick from out there for a goal.
That's their first goal since the 10-minute mark of the second quarter.
That is a long drop punt, Peter.
Well, he has a reputation for being a big kick, and he didn't let you down there.
And here's a kick from Silvani. Torpedo trying to get onto it. We've seen some big bombs recently with guys getting on the torp, but that just didn't come off from Stephen, but he's been made to pay. Good kick by Durkay.
Terrific kick by Gary Durkay. 31 points is the margin. Bandy up high. Williams got shirt fronted. And he's going to get a free kick.
One umpire overlooked it.
Yes, I know.
And the other umpire paid it from further away.
Looked a good bump to me. Perfect hip and shoulder.
Oh, he staged it.
Yeah. Academy Award job. Logies were last week, Diesel. But good on you. Sticks in front. Couldn't take the mark. Oh, great tackle, O'Sullivan. Is he having a booming game? One of the best he's played.
Actually, he's doing well, Pete, isn't he? I mean, to read the flight of the ball the way he does is really an art, but he's also prepared to put his big body in, as he did on that occasion. He got down low and got the ball out.
Wills went without it. Diesel just about pipped him. Flips it out. Bandy intercepts it. Manton has also had a good game. A little toe poke. Could have been dangerous. It is dangerous in the clinches. But it's got to be a ball up. Then Manton 5 marks, 5 kicks and 3 hand passes. He's been dangerous in front of goals as well. Bandy up high, down to Harding. Harding a quick kick. It's getting pretty dark here at Optus Oval. This is Carroll, the youngster. Durkay from Murphy. Durkay, who kicked the last goal, down towards half forward. Mitchell, was he off or was he not off? Mitchell goes short. Durkay's made position for him, so you'd have to say that distance is not going to be a problem after that last kick. And Durkay this time about 40 metres from goal on about a 45-degree angle. (12-5 to 7-4) in favour of Carlton. Jude Neesham making a few points. He'll be hoping that Gary Durkay doesn't kick a point here, though. They need a goal. And Durkay has not let them down. He's kicked his second for the quarter.
Yes, he's been a real live wire, hasn't he, since he's come on, Durkay, on the scoreboard. And here it is once again. The build-up, the overlap. Durkay getting rid of the ball half forward, half back. And I've been very impressed with this man's game. Mitchell today, there he is across half forward. Now Durkay's run on. Excellent play.
Well, 2 goals to Gary Durkay have brought Fremantle back into it. They're only down by 4 goals, 1. If they can get another one, there's Durkay again. Gale, Callaghan just missed it. Oh, he's got it now. Drives it in low to Waterhouse. On the Bandy, this is good football again. Can they take a mark? No, they can't, because that was well done by Hickmott. It wasn't a good kick by Bandy, having said that. So Hickmott to centre wing. Oh, a big fly over the back by Trent Carroll. Very good mark. They've lifted again here. Waterhouse. Oh, dragged by the arm, I thought. Umpire didn't think so. There's Hickmott again. A wild hand pass. Peter Dean, the big thump. Toya. Clever play by Toya. Onto the left. Brings it in towards Mann, and he's got to go back and kick this goal. Oh, he wants to play on. He should be steadying and having a shot. Now he's bringing it into the pocket onto the boundary line, and here's that man, Andrew Wills, who he and Bradley probably the 2 best players on the ground the first half. And I can tell by the way he wants to play on here. He's looking to, doesn't he? Well, he wanted to get out and have a snapshot. He's going right back. He'll be copying the raspberry from all the Carlton supporters there behind the fence. Now let's see if he runs out. He's holding the ball for a boomerang kick. Look at that. Let's see if he can do it. Oh, he's gone for a, well, he's gone for a set shot. And he's kicked it. Well, 3 quick goals to Fremantle brought them back in it.
He is really an exceptionally skilled player. Shane Brewer, that used to play at Geelong, a teammate of Wills, is also in this class. He's capable of anything. As you can see there, he's held the ball across his body as if he's going to kick a torpedo. The big problem with Wills is his consistency, whether he can maintain, but he is a very good player.
Terrific goal by Andrew Wills, his second. Gary Durko has kicked 2 in this quarter. 12-5 to 9-4, and the Dockers come again. There was a goal drought for about a whole quarter, really. Gale from Beaumont. Gale's kicked a half forward. Man taken down by Sexton. Waterhouse can kick long. He's not usually accurate. Can he bend that one around? Oh, that is a kick. That's a great kick from Waterhouse. He's dumped it.
My word, we've got a game on our hands here. The way they're coming back, Fremantle.
What a great kick, Don, on his non-preferred
He's
foot.
a left footer, but I like the way they get this ball out here. Look, it's in dispute. Now watch Wills put himself down over the ball. There, bum in, and it gets the ball out. Then they push it out hard. Then they send it forward. He's in front, Waterhouse.
Well, Fremantle have kicked 4 goals in 8 minutes. What a comeback. There's Bandy. Let's see if they can get it out again. Yes, they go forward again through Toya. Can they take a mark up here? Peter Mann almost goes in again. Oh, he should have been a bit more desperate. Oh, it's kicked off the ground. Mark not paid to Mitchell. Mitchell swings around, bends it back. Can Jeff White take a mark? No, he can't. He waits and lets Silvani take it.
Much of the credit's got to go to the move of Daniel Bandy into the ruck, Jeff White to full forward. So since Bandy's gone to the ruck, it's 4 quick goals for the Dockers.
Oh, now they're taking one-handed marks this side. That's Harding. Brings it into half forward. There's Carlton players all over the place here. Sexton being one of them. Toya's after him. And they lock it in
Hamill's
there.
just come on, Peter, and going off is Hickmont. But Peter Mann is the player that's lifted across half forward. He was involved in that goal to Waterhouse. He's just shoveled it across.
Bit of a groin injury, it looks like, or a groin strain anyway.
Yeah,
Thigh, somewhere around that area. Bounce. 45 metres out from the Dockers' goal. Bradley has been a little bit quieter this quarter. Certainly in the last 8 minutes it's been all Fremantle. That's out of bounds on centre wing. So throw in right under our commentary position here. The difference back to 13 points. It was over 5 goals about 10 minutes back.
Isn't he a good fullback? He very rarely gets a bag of goals. Kernahan's only kicked 1. He just contains his opponent all the time.
Toya, he's probably the informed fullback of the competition. Wills, Durkay. Durkay's kick to the pocket, and it just lands in front of Peter Mann and inside the line. So a throw in right on 50. The Dockers right half forward flank beneath the Carlton Social Club stand.
Well, since this quarter's been going, Mann's had 3 and 2. 3 kicks and 2 hand passes.
Manton and Mann. Manton caught with it. Ball comes out to Mann again. Number 36 for the Dockers is Quentin Leach, who kicked the winning goal last week. He's kicked 12 goals for the year. Manton again wins that one, tries to find White, and the ball over the boundary line again, so the boundary umpire will once more throw it in. Gary Durkay coming on at this quarter to kick 2 goals. Modest statistics, but the 2 goals invaluable. Nearly a trip. Toya, Leach, Allen. Oh, it's in danger, isn't it? Yes, it is.
No, I thought he actually pulled his kick then, realising Hamill was down.
Hamill, a late inclusion in the side.
I think he really did pull his kick.
Replacing Ratton. No mark taken. Harding, O'Reilly and Kernahan well out of position.
Well, it must be handy, Pete, for the Dockers week in, week out to slot in O'Reilly. There's one position every week they don't have to worry about. He just controls the ball.
Well, all he does, he's not really playing it. He only picks up the tall forward, Pete. You know, whether the tall forward's a full forward or half forward, he picks up the tall forward.
Dean kicks to O'Reilly, and O'Reilly marks it right half back.
He's a very, very good fullback, as he was at Geelong. He's a close checking fullback. There's Quentin Leach trying to take the mark. Fraser Brown. Oh, Hobbs caught. That could have been holding the ball. He tried to beat the man. Manton was there. Beaumont hanging onto it. Now Wills has been sensational. Onto the left. Has a bounce. Now he's going to swing it What's happened? There's a fight behind the play, and the umpires give it against Chisholm way down the other end of the ground to Greg Williams. And Chisholm's arguing. Well, the Dockers were going forward, and gee, Jared Neesham would be absolutely ropeable when they've got a run on. They're going forward, and the ball's been taken the length of the ground, and it could cost them a goal because Koutafidis has marked 30 metres out directly in front.
Yeah, he's playing at full forward, Koutafidis.
I think that happened last year against Collingwood. I recall Scott Chisholm was sucked in a couple of times, and costly goals resulted. So Anthony Koutafidis from directly in front will kick for his first. Oh, he's hooked it. He might have missed this. He has. So
Adrian Hickmott is actually getting some treatment on his left thigh. He was doing some stretching. I don't know whether he's got a torn thigh or maybe around the hamstring area. So he's very doubtful. So they've got 2 injured players on the bench, Carlton.
14 points the difference. You need a miner's lamp to see here. It is very dark. Chisholm. Durkay. Back to Chisholm. Now he's more at home.
Oh, how far is he allowed to run?
They need to take a mark, and they do. This is Leach.
I love watching Chisholm.
Quentin Leach. Dockers caught out of position from that kick. Mitchell dragged off it. Silvani, kick it, takes him on. Now that won't be required 10 metres. Bandy, Allen. And it will be another ball up. Yes, it doesn't look dark on the screen, but believe me, here at Optus Oval, it is very, very dim. The lights on the scoreboard here really standing out. So a bounce. Dockers right half forward flank. Bandy with Manton. Over the top, Dean. Leach on the boundary line. Did he keep it in? Yes, he did. Bandy tries to bongo it back to Mitchell. Mitchell farms it out to Durkay. Doesn't know where to go. Durkay centering kick. Who's there? Callaghan can't quite make ground. Silvani tidies up for the Blues. On a hog. Onto the Rhino, who's having a great game. Wills has nearly got him. Still O'Sullivan. Long bob. Down towards half forward. That's as far as it's going. Chisholm in the road again.
Chisholm, oh, what's he going to do? Oh, he's good enough to get away with it. Then drives it towards Dale Kickett. The bounce important. Oh, he's lost it, Dale Kickett. Here's Murphy. Oh, they go in hard after him. Leach.
Murphy caught one.
Here's Williams. Now Manton. Now the Rhino. On to Beaumont. That was O'Sullivan to Beaumont. And Beaumont drives in towards the goal square. Socket by Kernahan for a goal. Great kick off the ground, and it was a poor kick up the other end that missed the mark in Callaghan. Probably it's resulted in a 2-goal turnaround.
I said Murphy caught one and he's coming off.
Well, here it is again. Beaumont putting it very, very long, putting it into space, putting the onus on the guys further up the ground to run onto the ball. And there's Kernahan and Koutafidis both running onto the ball. It was a good kick by Beaumont.
Jacob Anstey replacing Murphy. The difference is back to 20 points after the Dockers had made a real charge. Kick it. Waterhouse went up one-handed. They're hard to take. Leach slips over. Hamill out wide to White. Mitchell on top of it.
Justin Murphy, yes, he's just got a poke in the left eye, so obviously giving you some treatment. Not a problem, though.
A bounce at half forward as the clock ticks down to three-quarter time. We've got 2.5 minutes remaining in this term, which has been a beauty. Hamill's kick out to Diesel. Needs a good bounce. Gets it. Good hand pass. Beaumont up to half forward or centre wing, and it's a good mark taken by Lance Whitnell. Father, of course, played for Carlton some years back, Graham Whitnell. Whitnell's kick to half forward. A good mark, Clement. I hope he's changed his boots because he was slipping over in the first half. Something horrible. And this guy can play a bit. Young Trent Carroll, 19-year-old from Claremont. He's had a fairly good game. On to Harding. Now this kick has to be pinpoint. That is dangerous. Chisholm, Kernahan, O'Reilly. Gee. They can do it the hard way. Kick by Gale on the Durkay. Now Toya as they work it around the outer flank.
Well, gee, I'll tell you what, they're throwing it up to Carlton. This is Toya. Good kick. Oh, is that 50? No.
Ooh.
Jeff White has marked. Some umpires may have paid it. It was just a push in the back, but it was after he marked. Now White's giving this off, and it's a poor kick. Straight to Dean. Hamill. Sexton. 37 seconds to three-quarter time. O'Reilly runs over it. Kickett's got a couple to beat here. Good play. He tried to go for the boundary line, but O'Sullivan read it well. On the Williams. Will he go back to O'Sullivan? Oh, great vision. O'Sullivan races to the boundary line. Centres it. Oh, good spoil. Terrific by Gale to Chisholm. Chisholm's going to take them on. Oh, he takes some chances, but he's fantastic for football. Look at that. As he kicks it out the centre wing, and that was exciting stuff by Scott Chisholm. And the crowd roaring at a fantastic quarter of football. The Dockers were great coming back. Carlton steadied, but Don, you've got to hand it to Fremantle. They looked down and out at half-time, but they've got themselves back into it.
No, they did, Peter, and Mann coming into his own now at centre half forward. He was instrumental. There he is there. They really did need something across that half forward line, and Mann gave it to them. He was either knocking on or getting involved in other areas, and that's great to see. And they've really worked themselves back into this game, although there's a 3-goal margin. It's not beyond their reach, Peter.
No, 20 points the difference. It was 26 at half-time, and at the final change, as the players go to the huddle, it's the Blues 13-6-84, Fremantle 10-4-64. We'll be back at Optus Oval in just a moment. Final quarter at Optus Oval. The difference is 20 points in favour of Carlton. The Blues led by 26 at half-time, and only 1 point at the first change. Bandy knocks it away from Koutoufides. Mitchell on the burst, charges through, dragged down by Beaumont. Hamill, Wills, who's been fantastic. Away he goes again. A long bomb. Oh, marked millimetres.
Desperate and a good mark from Silvani.
Inside the line by Silvani, and he kicks to White in the back pocket. White's kick needed to be a little bit more accurate than it was if it was to find its target in Diesel Williams. And Callahan putting plenty of pressure on him. Got a bad game from the Diesel today. So throw in. Bandy and Koutoufides. Mitchell dragged to the ground by Hamill. Williams again. Williams kick towards centre wing. Bounce is going to be effective. Oh, Clement provides with Kickett. Opens it up for Anstey. They got a real bite by David Parkin at three-quarter time. Maybe a little unfairly as he just come onto the ground, but
no, what it is, Peter, it's an attitude thing, and as David, if it's reported, you know, he just jogged onto the ground. There's got to be a degree of urgency. The way you attack this ball, it's all indication of how in your approach.
Ball socket out. Oh, knocked back by Chisholm.
Anstey's off now too, by the way.
Straight to Peter Dean at centre wing.
So Dean, oh, that's holding the ball. It's got to be. Yes, when you try to beat the man, even if you slip over, you're gone red hot. Callahan. He chips it wide. It was just inside the boundary line is Toya. They didn't gain much there. In fact, they lost distance. So Luke Toya will drive it down to the half-forward line. A mark, no. Man tried to chip it out. He does. Mitchell, well, another player slipping over there. That was Gale. Knocked on by White. Here's Gale again. Back to Man. Smothered off his boot, but he gained about 5 metres, which brought back around the boundary line. That was by Beaumont. Now Toya, he's chipping it across, and he finds Benny Allen. Now, Allen's 70 metres from goal. Well, he ran far too. That's bad play from an experienced player. Callahan, it really was poor play. But here's Kickett. Now, they've got to bomb it long. Oh, here's a chance for a mark at half-forward. Quentin Leach, who was the hero last week, where he kicked the goal to win the match against the Brisbane Lions after the siren.
Got a similar distance out too, Pete.
possibly a little bit further, I think, Pete. But it'd still take a good kick. He is one of the better kicks in the team.
He and Gary Durko.
Well, three-quarter time, I thought the first goal of this quarter will be vitally important. Just inside 50, Quentin Leach kicks. It looks good off the boot. He looks happy. It's a goal. Well, can they get up? They're only down, the Dockers, by 14 points.
It was a good contest on centre wing here. Look at Williams gets it out, but there was no one on their feet. Kick it. Now, Allen does an excellent kick. It wasn't Allen, I'm sorry. Kick it. Excellent quick kick to find Lynch.
Only 4 kicks by Quentin Leach, but he's made the difference. 14 points. Bandy knocks it down, intercepted by Williams. Harding runs hard at the footy, so too does kick it, and ricochets to the Rhino. O'Sullivan for the quick reply, and he's kicked it! His second. And one of Luke O'Sullivan's better games for Carlton, the difference back to 20 points.
Well, it was Williams in the centre there who read that intelligently. Watch this bounce down. We know Bandy's going to get the hit out. There. Scrubby kick out. But man, and isn't he so quick at getting it onto his boot? Luke O'Sullivan does that well.
Luke O'Sullivan has kicked 2, and again the Blues lead by 20 points. Bandy is dominating that ruck contest. Callaghan receives from Luke Toyer. Waterhouse is at half-court. He's pretty quick. He's got it. He's trying to get onto his left foot. That's excellent football. It's over the head of no. Silvani's too experienced for young Parker. That's too much. He's taken ducking back. Oh, he's nearly fumbled at Steve Silvani. He brings it to half-back. The Flyers are there. O'Sullivan again puts it on the ground. The Rhino, as they call him. He's caught. Gets in a hand pass. Clement, he went without it. Hamill came charging through. Williams. Oh, well played by Gale. He's been a good player. And Mark Gale centres the ball, finds Benny Allen, who is a thumping kick, as long as he doesn't run too close to the man on the mark. Now, he's chipping it wide. Now, here's Scotty Chisholm. What will he do, this brilliant player? He's almost caught. Gets in a hand pass. Mitchell appealing for a free kick. And they've lost it. He should have kicked it, Chisholm. He goes in again. Tries to make up for his mistake, but really should have been putting it down to the goal square.
20 points the difference. The Dockers have got to within 14 points in this quarter. Allen. Sexton and Mann. Sexton too good again. Kick drops a little bit short, but it's okay. Right into the arms of Kurtafides. Then turned to Bradley. O'Reilly and Curtahan. Sticks! And stick it does. Been a good duel. Curtahan's kick is a monster. Off the hands. And only one behind. So the difference out to 21 points. 14-7 to 11-4 with 15 minutes left. There's a lot of footy in this game yet. The Dockers need the next goal. They never say die.
What will he do?
Well, he's gone straight up the middle.
Lucky.
Goal, Williams. It was lucky, taken by Toyer.
Oh, gee. That bounce, it was almost a gimme goal to Carlton. Now, Leach, another player slipping over. This time it was Carroll, but he made up for it. Oh, good play by young Trent Carroll. Here's Waterhouse. Good play again. Hand pass. Leach. That could be holding the ball. No. Taken by Sexton. 2-on-1 here. The two should win out, and they do through Wills, who's been fantastic. Onto the left. A chip kick finds Durkay. Another chip kick. And the mark has been taken by Luke Toyer, who will kick for goal from about 53 metres.
Carlton supporters booing Durkay, thinking he was Chisholm.
Yes, they've done that about 3 or 4 times, actually. It's quite humorous. But it's so dark here, it's hard to tell the difference. The two of them out there. But here's Luke Toyer from just outside 50. He ran very close to the man on the mark. He lets fly. It's a beautiful kick. Oh, that's a goal, I think. Yes. So Luke Toyer has kicked his second, and again the Dockers come back at the Blues.
Yes, they're not. They won't be denied, will they, Fremantle? It is a terrific game of footy. They're right in it. They chip that ball around, working something to half forward. And from 50-odd metres out, that is an excellent kick with a ball late in the game by Luke Toyer.
Luke Toyer, the fourth Fremantle player today to kick 2 goals. That was a beauty from 50 metres out. Can they get another one? Durko went without it. Toyer again. A little give. Bandy on the Gale. Terrific smother. That was from Hamill. I must think a lot of him. He wears Mark McClure's old number here at Carlton. Sullivan. That to him again. Applies a tackle on Gale. Now it's a loose ball. Bradley. Who else would you expect to win it? 2 Dockers collided. O'Reilly. He'll go to the boundary line. Picked up by Hamill, but it had crossed it. And so the throw in front of the George Harris Social Club stand here at Carlton. Blues leading by 15 points. The Dockers going for their 6th win of the year. Carlton, their 5th. Callahan. And Hamill chips into the hole to take the mark. Late inclusion today for Brett Ratton, who couldn't take his place in the side. Wills went up with his teammate Clement and took the mark. And at the moment he's standing out as best on ground. Toyer needed to be accurate, and it was, because Hogg was lurking. So they brought it right across the goal now to see if they can get some momentum. O'Reilly.
Good thinking.
Durkay needs to gather it, and he can. He goes long. Christo getting back. Wills! Courageous mark!
He's certainly hot, isn't he, Wills? He is hot.
In the back pocket a moment ago.
Well, Brownlow medal night, I'm going to wait for this game, and if he doesn't get best on ground, there's something wrong.
Well, he has drifted out of it, admittedly. Bradley also started well the first half.
Wills 18 and 6 marks, and he's kicked 2 goals.
But he'd have to be in the votes, wouldn't he?
Well, the only reason he couldn't be because the umpires couldn't see it's that dark. Distance won't be a problem. He's 40 metres out, directly in front. He kicks and he's got it.
Well, that's his 3rd goal. Andrew Wills doing well as an on-baller. And when you're hot, you can take marks like this. Durkay
is the most courageous mark of the day. Easy.
Great kick.
Great effort by Wills. And
great kick by Durkay.
Bradley and Wills are probably the 2 standout players.
Well, if they win this game, Andrew Wills will be the hero. He's now kicked 3 goals. Mandy's been dominating the centre. There's Toyer out to Gale. He's having a good second half. Mark Gale up in the air to half forward. Benny Allen back with the fly to the ball. Off the ground, that's good football. Here's Mitchell into an open goal. Oh, he's brought down. Good play by McKay. That was a certain goal saved.
Carlton looking a bit concerned. Obviously, they've got Matty Allen and also Adrian Hickmott unable to take their place on the field, and only 9 points in front. It's obviously pretty tight.
Well, it's deep in the Dockers' forward pocket. Man to do the ruck work against Manton. If they get the next one, it'll only be a kick in it. Oh, well done. Benny Allen wants to give it off. He's caught high. That's a free kick. Should have been. And the umpire didn't pay it, or is it down the ground? No, it's out in the full.
I think he paid advantage, Pete. Now here is the slap around the ears.
That's a free kick.
Well, he attempted to.
Well, anyway, it was missed. So Manton will kick it out of defence.
Ben Allen gave the umpire a bit of curry too. Hamill.
Oh, well done.
Courageous stuff.
from both players.
It's out of bounds on centre wing. 9 points the margin at Optus Oval, and we're not yet to the halfway stage of the final quarter. 14-7 to 13-4. Can the Dockers pinch it? They're trailed by 26 points at half-time, 20 points at three-quarter time. Manton and Bandy. Bandy again too tall. Bradley. Rhino. O'Sullivan. Liked his game. White. Gale. Out of bounds.
The Carlton crowd calling for deliberate.
He's played a bad game.
His second half has been terrific.
Yes. Carlton supporters trying to cheer up their team. The Dockers are finishing at the moment the better. Durkay from kick it. Oh,
I should have grabbed him.
Dean. Good solid bump by Murphy. Kick it on the bottom of the pack.
He's got plenty of confidence, has he, Dean, when he goes for the ball. He knows how to protect himself, knows to go hard.
I'll say,
and he hits that ball really very, very hard.
And Gary Durkay made the mistake of trying to bump Dean instead of grabbing. Now there's Toya. Oh, they're backing up well to Callaghan. This is very good football. Will it sit for Harding? No, it won't. Good play by Hamill. And he finds Williams. Danger for the Dockers as the Blues go forward. The kick is wide. Here's Anstey. He's caught. Oh, good play by Chisholm. Anstey again. They're calling for a free kick. Gale is there. Excellent play by the Dockers. Here's little Anstey again going in after Chisholm. Anstey still. Chisholm again. Oh, look at the desperation out here at half forward. And I reckon that was
giving away the whistle, which is good, letting the players go on with the game.
I agree with that, Don. It was good umpiring to let that go. That's what the people want to see. Although on that occasion, the Carlton supporters wanted to see a free kick.
82 to 91. Bradley. Off a standing start, kicks to half forward. Wills. Oh, that was straight for the boundary line. He claimed he was trying to kick it to Craig Callaghan, but they did cross the line.
The Carlton Social Club here, Peter, are absolutely livid. I've never seen so much passion in my life. They're screaming at Hayden Kennedy for that decision. It's fantastic stuff.
Just don't stand in the road. Diesel. Williams' kick inside 50. Kick it. Oh, went inside. He didn't take the footy with him. Still he goes, Williams. He's caught. Dockers tie him all up. It'll be a bounce.
It's a desperate game of footy, if you haven't guessed. There's not much in it, and the Dockers have got a real show. And they realise it, and so do Carlton.
I've seen the Dockers a few times this year, and every time the game has been really good of a high standard. And the Dockers have won a couple of close ones. Beaumont, Durkay, good tackle. Koutafidis couldn't take it. Callaghan can. Bombs it long. Up towards half forward. The bounce. It goes over the head of Sexton. Looking for someone to give it to. Silvani, who's been good in the last quarter. Long looping hand pass to Dean on his own. Man chases, won't catch him. Dean, steady as you like. Murphy went without it. Now McKay gives it back to Dean. O'Sullivan getting better as the game goes longer. Kernahan and O'Reilly. Beaumont nailed. Clement, long kick. Sexton in front. Punches it further forward. Waterhouse, he was nearly tripped up. He regains his footing amazingly quickly. On to Allen. He can have a shot at goal. 40 metres out. 30 metres out. Allen kicks and goals.
Well, Ange Crisco running across half forward then really wasn't trying that hard. He was caught behind his man. His head was going up and down. He's bumped out of the scene. This is his man here, who set it up to Allen. And you've really got to be up on the job nowadays, because the turnovers, you're really caught on the hop. And Allen popped it up.
The Blues by 3 points, and there was a sensational bit of fullback play before by O'Reilly on Kernahan that saved a certain goal, and that's why he's one of the best fullbacks in the competition. But here come the Blues again as Beaumont gets it from Koutafidis. Here's Anstey round the corner, he's gone!
Gee, what rotten luck for the Dockers. Rotten luck. Out of the centre easily.
Hurt his wrist, has he?
But oh, what rotten luck. They work so hard, the Dockers, and here it is. The ball goes forward. There's Beaumont sending it quickly forward. Does that well, doesn't he, Kurtafidis? Runs, hits it hard. A scrubby kick, but look where he's by himself, Anstey.
Yeah,
He's first.
Anstey was the player that got a bank from David Parker at a three-quarter time. The runner should come out and congratulate him for that goal. It's given Carlton some breathing space after the Dockers got to within 3 points. Mitchell to Gale. The Dockers won't lie down. Man in front and marks.
Not paid. That should have been paid.
Dean.
Gee whiz, he didn't even go for the ball, really. Sexton, he pulled his arms away. Here it is. Look, man who's got the ball there. He was controlling it. See how he's been pulled off the ball?
Oh, unlucky.
I thought it was a mark. Doesn't matter what we think. The umpire didn't think it was a mark, so...
Good positioning by Manton.
Hamill. McKay. Murphy and Harding. Durkay. Quick to regain his footing and composure, but kicks it straight to Hamill.
Great mark.
He's got plenty of options. Bradley calling for it. So too is Manton. He's going to go a bit longer. Murphy now. Went for the spicky. Couldn't complete it. Whitnell. Oh, bounce beats Anstey. O'Reilly and Kernahan. O'Reilly attacks it brilliantly. Kernahan flips it up. Bandy from midfield.
Fantastic play by O'Reilly again. Oh, Parker didn't go for it. Hogg is there. They've got to be more desperate up forward, the Dockers. They've got a real chance here. Dean receives from Hamill. That Blues are experienced. Kernahan drives it in towards half forward. It's no mark. Anstey again, the little fella.
One hand, he should have gone with two.
He's caught, loses the ball. Here's Clement trying to crash his way through. Now Carroll. Out it comes into the open. White's after it. Now Kernahan smothered off his boot. Well played by Gale. Back it comes to Kurtafidis. This is fantastic, this game. Kurtafidis, the Murphy who overruns it. Here's Beaumont. He's got it. He's caught. No. Breaks the tackle. Drives at goal. Whitnell. Chisholm. Fantastic stuff as Chisholm, with terrific poise, finds Toya.
Toya short of right half back. Picks up to Callahan, who marks. 97 to 88 is the score.
All the options are covered down the ground. That's why he's a little hesitant.
Leach. Harding. That's a long kick by Harding up towards half forward in a contest. Sexton might have got into the back of man. The umpire says no. Kernahan. Wrong way down there. Kick comes up to Kurtafidis. Lovely side step by Kuta. Drills it up towards half forward. Anstey, can he be a hero and kick another one? Murphy! Not quite out of bounds.
Well, at least it's down there, Peter. I know there's 5 minutes to go, but they've still got a chance of scoring.
Dockers need the next goal. 5 minutes remaining in the game. Bandy, Whitnell. Over the top, White. Toya. Callahan. Past Gale and the umpire. Bradley. In front of the Social Club. Bradley nearly out of bounds. Keeps it in play. Whitnell!
Well, someone had to stand up. Whitnell has done it.
He's a good young player, this kid.
Kicked 11 goals for the year before today. He's got 2 this afternoon.
You see there a bit of unselfish work behind play. Chisholm being bumped off the ball as he went for it.
So a goal here would make the game safe, you would think, for Carlton. Point blank range. That's it. Whitnell's third.
Gives them a little bit of breathing space, 15 points. But there's still plenty of time in this game. Bradley again centering the ball from deep in the pocket. They don't ever go. They've scored 3 goals from memory from centering the ball.
15 points now, the margin. Very difficult now for the Dockers, but the way they've been playing, they'll keep fighting it out. There's Ben Allen. Koutafidis is caught. Gets it to Bradley.
Gee, they're still going. Look at the Dockers.
Are they ever? Here's Beaumont. He's off, said the umpire. Peter Dean.
Has played well in the last quarter, Dean.
Dean in towards half forward. Kernahan and O'Reilly. Whitnell, you would think he was an experienced player. Here's Chisholm, still getting the hoots of the crowd. Oh, that's a shocking kick by Scott Chisholm. Straight to White. Toya used his body beautifully. Oh, free kick. Got to be a free kick to Toya. There might be only 3 minutes
left. That's
left.
away. Play on quickly.
Oh, no, they've mucked it up. Koutafidis stabs in towards goal, and it's a point, but
the idea was right, the execution just a little poor. They've got to play on.
Well, what a game we've had here at Optus Oval.
He's kicked 3 points, Koutafidis.
And you can see why the Dockers are currently in the 8, and they're going to have a big say in this season because they're a very good side.
Carroll, that's at a half back for the Dockers. The time you would think would probably beat them now. O'Reilly on his own at half-back flank. In fact, there's not a player within 30 metres. Bradley comes at him now. Toya. Ben Allen, still only at midfield though. He's standing right next to the centre circle.
Kick it long.
Yes, he wants to kick it long. He knows time's on the wing. Hamill, great mark.
He's done well in the last quarter too, Hamill.
Just a little bit more composure for Carlton. The defence has been under siege in the last quarter, but players like Sexton...
They're starting to crowd their back line too, Peter.
Have really stood up
down there on the back line.
And that's a terrific mark for Beaumont. So the Blues know that if they can just keep the Dockers at bay, they should win this. And I like O'Sullivan's game. I've said that a couple of times today. He's now got to play on. He's gone over the mark. O'Sullivan to half forward. No mark taken there. O'Reilly knocks it down for Chisholm. Chisholm over the top to Wills. This is the last throw of the dice. They must get a goal.
Wills has been fantastic. On to Quentin Leach. He'll go wide with a hand pass. It's Parker getting it to Harding. Harding drives it long. Waterhouse a bit of a push in the back, and the umpire's pinged him for it. He definitely got into the back of his opponent then. And who is it down there? It's Ange Christo. He'll drive it out of that back pocket area. Murphy, the flyer, has taken a good mark. He's at half back. It's all over for the Dockers, but it's been a gallant performance, and with a little bit of luck down on that forward line that last term. Maybe a mark, maybe a free kick that weren't paid. But then again, Carlton, they're a very experienced side and very difficult to beat here at Optus Oval, and they've been very good when the pressure is applied.
Whitnell, who kicked that telling goal. Bradley, Kernahan got a little bit of a nudge, and the ball beats Callahan over the line for a throw it on centre wing. So you've got to hand it to Fremantle. They keep going, they keep at you. And only Carlton's experience has got them over the line today. Over the top, Carroll.
Anstey off and Fraser Brown coming on. We've only got 30 seconds to play.
So another throw in. Yes, he got a knock in the wrist when he kicked that goal before, and the physio just having a look at it. White and Koutafidis. Williams. Bradley. Terrific going from Bradley. Long in towards full forward and Fraser Brown. Clement punched it away. Manton snaps over the head of Gale, and he has put it through for one behind. 3-2 to Glenn Manton this afternoon. Good game from him. Very fit this year. 16-9 to 14-4. Kick out, O'Reilly. White right behind him. O'Reilly fires it up towards half forward, and the mark for the Dockers has been taken down there by Daniel Parker. There's the siren. Carlton hope on a thriller at Optus Oval. The Dockers getting to within 3 points, but Carlton winning 16-9, 105 to 14-4, 88. Peter Dean had a great last quarter. He really stood up to be counted. Hamill, Luke Toyer. But Carlton, as we said, very hard to beat here at Optus Oval. Best man on the ground, Andrew Wills, finished up with 3 goals. Shaking hands with Andrew McKay there. Let's go down to Russell Morris.
Thanks, Steve. It was tighter than you may have thought it was going to, the way it was going to pan out.
Yeah, I mean, you know, at half-time we were 4 in front, kicked away in the third quarter, but they came back, and full credit to Fremantle.
It's funny how they've sort of crept into that 8 at 5 and 3 without too much fanfare, but what were your thoughts during the week about them?
Oh, they're a good team, you know, they're a great running team. They hit the ball hard, and you know, they're going to trouble a lot of sides this year, and they're definitely an 8 prospect.
They did hit it hard, because I saw, I think it might have been Scotty Chisholm gave you a nice little shirt front on the wingy. You didn't really like that one, did you?
Oh, that's footy, you know, you got to cop them and wear them, so yeah.
What did Pargo say? Like, I saw him at 3/4 time give a couple of boys a bit of a spray about maybe being a bit too lethargic. Was there not enough urgency in the side today?
Well, we probably let them back in it a little bit when we sort of got 6 or 7 in front, but you know, you just can't do that in today's footy, so Parkin just got us back on the job at 3/4 time.
How are you finding it at the moment? We're nearly halfway through the season. What about the legs and the arms and also all the muscles? How are you feeling from that point of view?
Yeah, well, I'm not too bad. I missed the first 3 games, so, you know, I want to play all the footy I can, so I'm looking forward to what's ahead.
So does the training change now, like being halfway of the season, everyone's pretty tired, you actually sort of pull back a little as far as training is concerned?
Well, I suppose when the heavy grounds come along, I mean, the grounds are still fairly firm at the moment, but we haven't had too much wet weather, so, you know, I'd say until we get the heavy rain, training will probably be much the same as it is at the start of the year.
Well, congratulations, you've got another one on the board. Well done.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, Russ. And repeating the final score here at Optus Oval. Carlton 16-9, 105, defeating Fremantle 14-4, 88. We'll take a break and we'll be having some highlights from Waverley, Hawthorn and the